Afternoon, friends. Welcome to the curtain raiser of advanced technologies in rigid and flexible packaging. We have this webinar is being conducted by IPMA's MTech, the Center of Excellence for Plastic Product Innovation and Application, along with our knowledge partners, Foundation for Innovative Packaging and Sustainability. We have very senior experts, directors of FIPS, Professor Dr. A.K. Ghosh, and also Mr. Banerjee. This program basically, as you know, IPMA's MTech has been established in February last year in Mumbai for bringing the best of the technologies, best of the knowledge for upgrading the industry, specifically the plastic industry. There are various verticals which have been initiated, including 3D printing, product design, management programs, and above all, the emphasis is very much on plastic packaging. So last year, we have conducted 2 certificate courses on plastic packaging with FIPS, which were highly successful. We had the best of the companies from plastic packaging sector attending these programs. Now we are launching our 3rd module, which is basically on rigid and flexible packaging. So before we go ahead, I would request our Shri Kishore Sampatji. He is basically our president of IPMA and very successful businessman. Also has a company, Polythene Industries. So they are manufacturing compostable polybags and also recycling. Very vibrant, very energetic. He has been the managing committee member of IPMA for last almost 15 years. He is the one who has created a very successful vertical in IPMA, which is job fair, which has given employment to thousands of students across the country. So I would request our president to give his opening address. Kishore bhai, you're on mute.
Am I audible?
Yes, now.
Thank you very much, Balaniji, for your kind words. A very, very good evening to all the delegates and the speakers present. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome each and every one of you. IPMA's MTech, in collaboration with Foundation of Innovative Packaging and Sustainability, that is FIPS, is organizing a curtain raiser on plastics in packaging, advanced technologies in flexible and rigid packaging. My dear friends, I attended the other module and it was really a very, very nice experience. And it is a customized, tailor-made programs, which is of the industry, for the industry and by the industry, and very, very useful and covers all the dimensions. I am sure this executive development program will teach us advanced technology of materials and process combined related to many key converting technologies that will make Indian industry ready to cater to the world market in terms of quality and consistency. These courses are selected in such a manner that the software learnings help the industry professionals to enrich and upskill themselves. I wholeheartedly welcome our eminent speakers, Dr. Anup K. Ghosh, Professor Emeritus Material Science and Engineering from IIT Delhi, and Mr. Mrinal K. Banerjee, Director of FIPS, for this evening. And I'm sure that we will learn many new things from this curtain raiser program, and it will open our doors to the knowledge with the latest developments in this area. So wishing you all the best for this webinar. Thank you very much. All yours, Balaniji.
Thank you, President, for your opening address. I would now request Shri Arvind Mehta ji. Arvind Mehta ji is the chairman of IPMA Governing Council. He is also chairman of IPMA's MTech, the Center of Excellence for Plastic Product Innovation and Application. He is also the chairman of Plastivision India 2023 National Advisory Board. It is because of his vision and foresightedness this center has been established last year in Mumbai. Arvind Bhai, as most of you know, was also the president of IPMA and also Plast India Foundation. He was also representing India in SciPad, owns a very big company, uh, managing director of Wellset Plast Extrusion, widely respected in the industry for his valuable contribution in last 3 decades. And his main motto is how basically we can reduce imports of plastic products in the country, and also how we can enhance our exports. So with this vision and foresight into this, we have brought many programs for the industry, and this is yet another program for the benefit of the plastic packaging sector. So Arvind Bhai, I would kindly request you for your address, please.
Yeah, good evening, and thank you, Deepak, for good introduction. Rather, not required that much, but okay. Now, sir, friends, welcome to everyone. On behalf of IPMA's MTech and our colleagues, it gives us great pleasure to organize this curtain raiser on plastics in packaging, advanced technologies in flexible and rigid packaging. Before we begin, I would like to tell you little about IPMA's MTech. Our vision is to become Institute of Eminence, empowering rapid growth of the Indian plastic industry. Our mission is to disseminate emerging innovations, technologies, and knowledge to make India a global sourcing hub. Now, one more point Deepak also just now told, and what we are aiming at, that import substitution through this MTech, and that we are working hard on it. And from packaging industry also, we would like to go on that direction, because a lot of VOPP films or many things are coming, and how it can be replaced. This is our as far as the IPMA point is concerned. But as far as the knowledge part, our knowledge partners, they know better their field, and they are one of the best knowledge partners we have. That is Mr. Shah, Dr. Shah, Mrinal Banerjee, and Professor Ghosh. They are the topmost people in packaging industry, as per me, rather. Just a thing, just to make you feel comfortable. This center of excellence is to traverse the knowledge gap and expedite change with additive manufacturing. Center of Excellence helps in development of new and innovative products with various materials in plastics and composites, showcasing the capabilities of the available technologies in printing complex parts. A strong point of Center of Excellence are the plastics and packaging certificate courses, the benefits of which are upgradation of knowledge in packaging science, application of plastics in packaging, new generation materials and its characteristics, state of the art techniques, conversion process and its optimization, quality evaluation, regulatory compliance, recyclability, life cycle analysis of polymeric material, sustainability, and ultimately the circular economy. This center of excellence would help the industry to migrate from micro to small, small to medium, and medium to large to enterprises, and help the industry to become export ready. Plastics are considered to be the most preferred packaging material by the modern consumers due to its numerous advantages like easy availability, lighter in weight, high mechanical strength, and excellent functional properties, and economical as compared to other packaging material. After the successful completion of our previous 2 modules of the Executive Development Program, we bring you the curtain raiser on plastics in packaging, advanced technologies in flexible and rigid packaging. This is the 3rd module with our knowledge partner, Foundation of Innovative Packaging and Sustainability. I take this opportunity to welcome our eminent speakers of the day and thank them for joining us with today. I welcome all the attendees also. So many important people are there inside. Mr. From Raju Engineers, our dear friend is there. Then our other friends are also there. So most welcome, sir, and very happy to be with you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. All the best and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Arvind Bhai, for your address. You covered the very important aspects of MTech as well as the programs which we are going to conduct with FIPS. The very objective of organizing this curtain raiser is to let you know what are the modules we are covering, how it is going to benefit the industry, and what are the dimensions of the courses, how we are going to conduct. So the idea is to clarify all the questions which we just might have about this course. We will have one of the best faculty members conducting these programs, both representing industry and also academia. And these faculty, these experts are well known across the globe. So with these words, I would now like to go ahead with the main program. We have two very senior experts, Mr. Professor Dr. A.K. Ghosh. He is Professor Polymer Science and Engineering, IIT Delhi, Fellow of National Academy of Sciences, India, Director R&D Training and Promotion, FIPS. Most of you know that he is more than 30 years of research experience and teaching experience, 12 patents. He supervised more than 30 PhD theses and 100 plus MTech theses. Dr. Ghosh is known for his accomplishments in the field of polymer processing and rheology, reactive processing of polymer blends and alloys, 3D printing of polymers. Then we have Mr. M.K. Banerjee. He has more than 33 years of experience. He was working with SL Propack Limited, almost applied for 156 patents globally, and he got around 55 global patents. He is Director of Innovation, Sustainability and Finance and FIPS, innovator, a thought leader, especially in the field of laminated and extruded tube packaging, allied polymer conversion field, including printing and decoration. With this very few words and introduction, I would hand over this entire thing to Professor Ghosh and Mr. Banerjee to take this program. Please.
Thank you, Deepak ji, and thank you, Arvind bhai, Kishore ji, Ajay bhai, and for everybody's presence. And I'm extremely happy to be here on this curtain raiser program for our joint venture, I'll say MTech and FIPS Executive Development Program that we are undertaking. With the last two modules we have completed, and we are now going ahead with the third module, which is on advanced technologies in flexible and rigid plastic packaging. Let me share my video if possible. Is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible. May start this on a slideshow. Yes, 100%.
Yeah, visible, sir.
Yeah, yeah. So what we'll be talking about, so today's program is one of our modules in this IPMA MTech program with FIPS as a knowledge partner, our Foundation for Innovative Packaging and Sustainability. We are taking care of this as a 1-month executive development program, and we emphasize mainly on plastics and packaging. This is our theme. But we have taken into consideration the materials, the technologies, the environmental aspects, regulatory compliance, and we are doing this in 4 modules, as I'll be explaining through some of my slides under this program. Before I do that, because of the some of the participants who may be new, who are looking forward to this program, I like to give a little bit of introduction about the foundation. So our foundation is based on the knowledge platform, idea to solution, and that's what we have taken up this program, so that we can have this knowledge development program and exchange of ideas, and we can talk about different advances and developments that are happening in the area of packaging in this particular area. And our this foundation was launched actually almost just 1 year back, and last 28 January this year we have organized our first Foundation Day program, completing 1 year with the lots of activities that foundation have taken And one of the major activities obviously is with IPMA that we have done. And our vision from the foundation is to provide sustainable solution to the targeted group of society and industries through scientific and innovative packaging technology, and to create awareness of circular economy to save the planet. That's with this. And our foundation was launched by none other than Padma Vibhushan awardee Professor M.M. Sharma, who is a distinguished emeritus professor of eminence and former director of ICT Mumbai. And also it was done in presence of our two mentors, Rajani Ranjan Rashmi, who is a retired IAS, former Chief Secretary Manipur, and Dr. Venkatesh Sharelu, who is a retired IAS from the former Chief Secretary Tripura. And we are the three directors in this foundation, with Professor N.C. Shah, chairman and director, founder, chairman, and the director of this foundation. He would have been in this program, but because he is just traveling to USA, so he could not join for this program. But he will be one of the main faculty members also in this program when the module 3 starts at the 24th February, which we are starting. I am there, the director training, R&D and promotion in this foundation, and Mr. M.K. Banerjee is present here, is our director, who is on innovation, sustainability, and finance. We get two of our mentors are, as I mentioned just now, that Dr. Venkatesh Sharelu and Mr. Rajni Ranjan Rashmi. Both we get their support and advice for all the programs that we are going to carry out together. Along with that, we have 3 national advisors and 3 international advisors. Dr. Lakshmi Raghupati was former director of Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change. She is with us, and she mainly look into the sustainability, circular economy, and that aspects. Professor Pradyumna Vyas is a former director of National Institute of Design. He is on the packaging design and advising us in many different aspects of the foundation. Dr. Anil Wali, who is the managing director of Foundation for Innovation and Technology Transfer in IIT Delhi. He also guided us in a lot of policies and entrepreneurship activities that we are taking up under the foundation. Then we have Mr. Safiullah Chaudhary as an advisor from Bangladesh, Dharma Ratnayake, who is the past president of WPO from Sri Lanka, and Professor Suprakash Sinare, who is a chief researcher in CSIR South Africa. They are constantly guiding us. And the members who are working with us are the 3 thought leaders like Abhijit Chaudhary, Deepak Mehta, and Mr. Tamil Maniam. And then we have chief consultants Rahul Bhargava, Mr. Bhattacharya, and Mr. Deepak Manchanda. And also we have with us Dr. Samit Joshi. I'm sorry that picture is not here. We have 4 consultants with us in our foundation who are actively participating in all this program and who will be part of as a faculty member. And they are all of them having more than 20-25 years of experience in a lot of packaging areas, whether it is pharmaceutical packaging, whether it's a food packaging or packaging design or recycling of packaging or creating biofuel and other aspects that are being taken care of that. As a part of the foundation, I like to show our activities. Our activities mainly are involving innovation, sustainability, knowledge platform, skill development. This program is one of that, and the policy advocacy. And the skill development program, we are doing number of collaborative training and education program. The knowledge platform, which providing knowledge platform for industry and community. And we go for upgradation of skill and knowledge for women and youth for different communities under Skill India mission to make self-reliant. We have research and innovation, which involves collaborating research on packaging solution, materials, and sustainability. We support industry with innovative packaging technologies, package design services and solutions, and we look forward to developing technology center or center for excellence in future. The other important area which involves projects and entrepreneurship is we actually are involved in translational R&D, where we can take the R&D developments from lab to commercialization. We are involving with the startup companies with packaging design and development and sustainability, who are developing or trying to develop newer packaging material, bio-based packaging material, or there are many startup companies who likes to have further knowledge in packaging of their development of the products. And also we help in cutting edge technologies for conversion of packaging waste into valuable product. But not last but the least, we are also involved in publication and policy advocacy through organizing research conferences and workshop, regulatory compliance and product stewardship, framework for circular economy, and design advocacy and policy supports. We have number of MOUs and collaborations. We are already signed collaboration with 7 institutions. The institution Nectar from Shillong, which is Northeast Center for Technology Application and Reach, Mahatma Gandhi University, Kerala, the Northeastern Regional Institute of Science and Technology, NERIST in Arunachal Pradesh, National NIMSME, the National Institute for Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises in Hyderabad, the FITT in IIT Delhi, University of Science and Technology, USTM Meghalaya, and Bhaskaracharya College of Applied Science in Delhi University. And over the last 1 year, we have number of the skill development program, educational program, and the training program with all these 7 institutions. We also have the MOU with associations like PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and we had a program with them. And notably today, we are having program with IPMA and MTech together, and we are continuing with our training program, and we like to in future also continue with this. And very recently, we developed on our foundation day newer collaboration with National Institute of Design Madhya Pradesh, who are taking part in. We have installed a new the Responsible Packaging Award FIPSA, and that will be designed and collaborated and instituted through the National Institute of Design in Madhya Pradesh, and which has been actually announced on the foundation day. Coming back on the program today, that what I mentioned is that it is an executive development program with IPMA MTech, and it is actually we are running in 4 modules from the last year. The plastics and packaging course 4 modules are. The first one was materials enhancing marketability, which we have completed. We started in August, completed by September. Then our second module was environmental aspects and circular economy, is very well attended, and I will give you glimpses of that. That has been organized in started in 18 November and I finished by 2nd week of December. Now today's program curtain raiser is for the module 3, which is on advanced technology in rigid and flexible plastic packaging. I'll be giving you the details of this module, and in the month of April we like to have the module 4, which will be on design innovation, printing and the statutory compliance. So which will be going into more on policy also, and the design aspects also in that one. So I like to give some of the glimpses of what we have done. Our first module on materials enhancing marketability was on 2nd September 2021 onwards. Every program is for 1 month long, and it is having about 24 hours involvement, interactions, the lectures, video, and also assessment. As you can see that, you can see some of the pictures of the participants' attendance who were fully involved with us in this program. Also, you can see eminent faculty, as I mentioned, that our all of us involving directors, chief consultants, thought leaders, all were involved. Along with that, we have some of the distinguished faculty members from India and abroad also participated in that and given various lectures in the module 1. And if you can see on the left hand side, this is a handout, the training booklet that we are actually developing in each module. This is volume 1, as you can see. the materials enhancing marketability, and it has been given to all participants. You will be given this booklet also for module 3, and everybody gets, and this has all the lectures that has been given. You not only get the recording of the lectures, you also gives the handouts and write-up by all the eminent faculty members who are contributing to this program. So this was the first module, was very successful program. In that we had covered from concepts of functions of packaging to packaging of global trends. We emphasize more on materials in that, and the characteristics of material, properties of the material, understanding the processability of these materials for different processes which are used for packaging, how to go for selection of polymers and substrate for a given package. We talked about the rheology and processing as well as testing and evaluation. We looked into quality control and quality approval for the manufacturing process. We also talked about at length on role of master batch, additives, packaging and packaging structures. And so to develop actually the basic background, the module 1 was very, very useful. I believe some of the participants and some of people are attending here were also there in module 1, and our purpose was to develop a strong base in materials, which is one of the important part when you go for advanced technologies for this packaging, which will be covered in module 3. And these are the booklets are available with IPMA for future reference, or if you like to possess or have procured this kind of booklets. From there we move on to module 2. Module 2 was another very important aspects, very well attended. It was also on environmental aspect and circular economy. As I mentioned that it was started on 18 November for 4 weeks program, lectured by a number of faculty, eminent faculty members, as you can see. And we had particularly the faculty members who are more on circular economy, sustainability, biopolymers and recycling and all that aspects. And here also, as you can see on the left hand side, we made this book green, as you can see that, because it was an environmental aspect. And this was the volume 2, as you can see that. And this also was the booklet given to all participants who are attending that program. In that, we went on circular economy concepts, understanding on biodegradability, compostability, processing of sustainable materials, fossil fuel-based polymers and biopolymers, recycling technologies, post-consumer recyclers and regulatory compliance, life cycle analysis and approach, packaging solution that reduce waste, innovation to achieve sustainability goal, recycling, processing and allied technology. All of them were covered, and with also some of the lectures were connected with the video mode, okay, so that you can get a glimpse of what is happening on the real situation, and seeing is believing, so that you can see those the involvement of different lectures on the particular area of sustainability and connected to the real situation. So this was the second module. We again completed very successfully. Now we are moving into this advanced technology in flexible, rigid and plastic packaging, for which we are actually covering this curtain raiser. It will be again, it will be covered in the similar manner for the 4 weeks program. And it is the right thing, because we have already talked about the material, we have talked about the environmental aspects, we have talked about sustainable materials. Now, how do we take care of these knowledge that we have given for module 1 and module 2 into advances that is happening in different technologies that involves in developing both flexible and rigid packaging material? We'll be actually looking into that. There will be lots of faculty members who will be contributing to this module 3, and I am sure you will be highly benefited with the expertise and knowledge with different technologies that will be happening. We will be starting with the modified activate packaging techniques to enhance shelf life of fresh produce. We have the expert lectures on lamination and co-extrusion to construct uh, new generation substrate in this. Uh, then understanding the compounding and processability in manufacturing of plastic packaging. So we'll give you in-depth knowledge because we already have your material knowledge into that. Then how do you go into controlling the material property characteristics that particularly need to be developed, which will add both processability and also bring in the functionalities that we need in this process. Okay. So in terms of barrier properties, in terms of shelf life, that is needed in the packaging material. Also, you can talk about how to reduce material but gets the same functionalities, same performance properties, or even better performance properties. We will go to even different materials like Leno bag, which is a suitable option of transport packages and fresh produce. Um, we will be going into different innovative form of plastic packages, including stand-up pouch, pillow pouch, zipper pouch, squeezable pouch, and all that with the industrial expert. And Mr. Banerjee will emphasize more after my talk on that. We will be also talking about different aspects, advancements that is happening in the film and sheet processing. And finally, which goes into kind of a semi-rigid packaging material development in terms of in the form of thermoforming of different materials. And we will be talking both the materials advances as well as the process advances in that. Then we'll talk about plastics multi-squeezable tube for packaging applications, micro ovenable packages and innovative technologies, and advanced technologies in form field seal machineries, and many other aspects will be covered in that. And there will be also thermoform machinery, state of the technology for packaging, which material can be thermoformed, which are the material were difficultly thermoformable, but it is now being more and more being used in this. And we'll be also using some advanced technologies in all these areas, and some of the lectures will be also covered along with some of the video modules, so that understanding, learning in this particular areas will be more usable for the participants attendants who will be attending the program. The program we generally run this program. We generally run this program in a very academic mode. You can see the course detail that it will be total 24 hours, 20 hours theory, and there'll be more videos, and then there'll be also evaluation. Although we were thinking of that by module 3 we'll have a physical interactive classes, but depending on the prevailing pandemic situation, we are still going on the mode of classes and online. Generally we will have 6 hours per week, and not 3 days. It will be actually 2 days a program, and for 4 weeks. Generally it is a 3-hour lectures at a time. So 2 lectures or 3 lectures per day. So we are covering 2 topics generally by 2 expert faculty members. And generally it is the classes are taken in the evening hours, so that it is convenient for everybody to attend. There is an evaluation which will be done based on the study material with the objective type of questionnaires, and those who are attending the lectures, it will not be very difficult for them. The objective type of questions, and generally by that process we can see that the attendance and the participation in the course will have every class is have a good amount of period we give with the interaction by the participants with the faculty member directly. By end of the program, like if it is a 90 minutes lecture hours, then we keep at least 15 to 20 minutes for interaction with the faculty members, so that you can come up with your queries, some of your questions, and that can be directly answers and interacted so that you can also benefit it from getting those the solutions, answers on the troubleshootings, and that will help maybe in your program. Then based on those, you'll get an attendance certificate will be issued by both IPMA MTech and FIPS. And based on the evaluation score, we also like to give a merit certificate. So the both attendance and the evaluation is very essential. And I will say that we like to you like to be attentive, serious, and you will definitely gain from this program. As I mentioned, there's three of us, the directors will be the faculty members in this program, and also some of the members from industry also will be participated. They all agreed to deliver lecture. They all agreed to participate in the interactive program. They have all agreed to give a write-up for the booklet for this program. So Mr. Jivraj Pillai, Joint President from UFlex Noida, he'll be talking about the map technologies and other technologies, and it's one of the leading packaging industries, and you'll have the opportunities to interact with them. Dr. U.K. Saru from Lohia Industries in Kanpur, and Dr. Sunil Mahajan from Reliance Industries Limited, Mumbai. And they will talk about different technologies like plastic woven sack, FIBC, and the Leno bags, and all that are the newer areas that technologies are happening, and emphasizing both on materials and the processes. So VK Singh from Newgen Specialty Plastics, Greater Noida, will be talking on plastic crates and pellets. And apart from these lectures, and Siddhanand Reddy from Basant Tool Crafts, Hyderabad, also will be talking about different thermoform machinery, form fill machine techniques, and some of the molded containers and all that you can talk about. And these lectures, apart from some of the lectures that we'll be covering by ourselves from the foundation on, especially on lamination, co-extrusion, to construct new generation substrate, molded container, as I said, smart and intelligent packaging, plastic multi-squeezable tubes, innovative form of plastic packages that I mentioned, micro-ovenable packages also have mentioned, form fill seal machines, which are the new things, caps and closers, and all that will be covered with the recent advanced technologies involved in this case. I like to give you a little bit glimpses of generally what I like to envision that will be covered in this program. I myself want to look into that what is enabling new design for flexible packaging. So we all know about, you all will be coming as a professional who are already having experience and expertise. But then what are the new things that is happening? If you look at it, the new plastic technology covers films, inks, adhesives, different new processes, metallizations and coatings. Then where selectively we can use them, where we can optimize them. So this involves synergy of metallizing technology and multifunctional coating. Can we do that? These are the newer things which are coming. Can we develop high barrier metallized films? Then how do we do that? How do we develop more sustainable but transparent barrier films? It can be done. How can we do the layer reduction? Okay, because there is a trend that we can use less material, and there is a requirement now for sustainability that we use less number of layers and less number of multiple family layers or polymer layers, and more we can use single family polymers will be better. So how do we do that? How does it affect the functional properties, barrier properties, as well as how to control in processing, and also to access high barrier recyclable structures, which goes into circular economy. We have already covered. These are the new things which will be which is actually required. I just wanted to show one slide on when you improve barrier metallized film. There are metallization, but then now there are novel I thought if I can. Anyway, the novel metallization with primer technology, what kind of substrate we are using. Metallization is a state of art. Then how to improve the metal layer anchorage in the plastic substrate. This is a very important thing, how to tie up. Some of the companies are coming up with novel coating technology, what kind of additional improvement it is giving in terms of the barrier properties. Then if you look at it, that for multi-layer films, we also need advanced preparation technology. Okay, so as we look into the picture, we all know that there is a multi-layer films, and that will have a inner layer. Then we deal with the functional layer. Then we deal with the tie layers, and then we deal with the outer layers. And each one of them involves a lot of technology, and which has a lot of advancements are happening. Now, if we look at its sealability, if we look at barrier properties, and then if we look at it adhesiveness and printability as it requires, okay. So these are already traditionally being used, but a lot of advancements in each of the layers can be developed, which can give better shelf life, better packaging functional property. I mentioned some of them, which are the part of the recent technologies, that how we can make surface modification using UV curing technology. What is the atomic layer deposition? How the surface modification of polymers are done using atmospheric cold plasma techniques? What is the kind of transport phenomenon migration and happens? Okay, so we although we are familiar with the multi-layer films, but I think through these modules, through the expert talks by the expert faculty members, you'll be able to get glimpses of this. You'll have an idea about these information on those newer things that is happening, and how, and it will actually give you I believe the innovative ideas that you may like to see in your development in a different areas where you may be involved professionally, where you can carry on this knowledge and take away for further improvement of material or processes wherever you are involved. Okay, when we talk about the barrier plastic technologies, there's not only one technology. The technology trend, if you look at it, you see that either you can do it by vacuum deposited coatings, you are trying, but now there are new technologies involving new barrier polymers. So how do you find these new barrier polymers? And when you develop these new barrier polymers, we will talk about the blends. How do you make blends and these blends are made with the barrier polymers and standard polymers together? And then what actually controls? If you see on the right hand side, then you'll see that they come with different structure. We generally don't see that when we are processing. But if these structures are being controlled better way, then your as you can see in this sketch, the permeability changes. That means your barrier properties are changing. Can I control this? And I can tell you that if you look at the right hand side, if you see the morphology, I call it a structure. If I make these structures smaller and finer, I get one barrier properties. If they're coarse, then you get another barrier property. So how do you do that? Shall I use blends or shall I go for barrier coating properties? Okay, so as I said, that is very important. And above all, the nano composite materials, how they can be incorporated in the polymer material, and they have a kind of a structure which really you can use even a minor quantity of nano composite material, and then they can increase the barrier properties by large number of times. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so if we learn the technology, I think there's a lot of benefit in terms of multiplying the functional property developments in that, but one need to have a proper knowledge to develop that. I said that we can go from flexible material to the rigid materials, semi-rigid materials, and there are lots of development in the thermoformability of the material. And as you see that all these will be covered, I'm just showing just the glimpses so that you know that how this thermoformability, how we can affect, how can I control the thickness, How can I control the barrier properties then? Okay, if a nanocomposite material sheet, how will it be thermoformable or not? Okay, so there are a lot of developments. So how to connect this technology development together in utilizing that for better packaging, or the better packaging with the better higher functional properties. Okay, so that can be done. We will go to the core of the processes also, some of the advancements, whether we are making a flexible packaging, multi-layer packaging, how the extrusion works, and where you can control. So that will give you a better product which is coming out, whether I'm making a flexible packaging material, whether I'm making a profile, whether I'm making a master batch and all that. I just wanted to show you some of the glimpses. All of them will be covered in this, and along with the some of the special features of the packaging, which will be taken up by Mr. Banerjee following my lecture now. Will cover the more of the aspects of the technology that changes when a pack in the packaging product itself. Okay, and which are industrially acceptable, commercially viable, and we should look forward to the future advances and all that. I thought that through this I'll give you how strong the fundamental knowledge development which we are intending to give through this module, which will help you to apply this basic fundamental advanced knowledge of the advanced technology in forming the packaging that you may like to look into it. Okay, we exactly, we may not cover that, but you know that oh, now I know the technology, so now I know the reason for technology, now I know the advances in technology, and now I can utilize for my part of the packaging where I am involved. So that will give you a win-win situation. You'll have a lot of knowledge advantage, and I believe that will help in your professional career. With this, I like to stop here, and I like to thank you. This is our website, www.f-ips.org. You can go through that, and all of these programs and knowledge sharing books, white papers also we have developed. They are all will be uploaded in this website, and you'll be I'm sure you'll be benefited by joining this program and going through this information, knowledge, which will be very helpful. Thank you very much. Thank you. I think we can have interaction with the participants who are present today and for their knowledge. And I think maybe I will hand over to Mr. Banerjee, who will take us through the other part or the remaining part of the program that will be covered also in the module 3. Over to Mr. Banerjee.
Yeah, I'll just open up my file. Just give me one. Just give me 1 second. Small presentation.
Yes, we can see your slides.
You can see?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I hope it is full screen now.
Yeah, it's full screen. Please go ahead.
Okay. So, first of all, I must salute IPMA MTech for giving us the opportunity to interact with the industry and the executive therein. And I know a lot of owners are there, and they find these programs are really interesting and valuable. And as we said earlier, it's not that we teach and we go away. So we are always there for the industry and participants. So should there be any questions or any clarification required, so we are always there to come back with the answer. So that is our promise. So I would like to thank Arvind ji, uh, Kishore bhai, Ajay bhai, and also Deepak Balani ji. And also I must thank you, the Siraj. She is excellent, coordinating so well for all the things. So I must tell, as our Professor Ghosh already narrated, that we have learned in module 1 and module 2 different aspect of basic polymers and processing, application, even partly design. But we have learned about biodegradable, compostable, recyclable plastic. These are different, but this comes under a certain category than the polymer which can be recycled and reused time and again. We have also learned regulatory compliance. This we have already learned, and something what we'll be learning in module 3, as Professor Ghosh said, but just I want to highlight these we call advanced techniques. Basically, the machine design has changed from traditional analog to now it is industry 4, more on digital mode. So here you can interact with the customer, you can interact with the vendor through digital media. They can go through the machine through internet and of course high speed broadband, and they can see the machine. If any parameter is not correct, they can guide you on that. So these facilities are there, but what we get is that how to optimize the functional material. Basically, we talk functional material when we use very expensive material in terms of barrier or even in terms of bonding two different polar and non-polar material. How to optimize that? But the source reduction, it doesn't come so easy. Now you'll be learning in this module, when you reduce the functional material, how to compensate that so that the finished packaging, the touch feel and resilience, that doesn't change. So you'll have to use more like commodity. So in their commodity also you'll get few specialized grade. It's not really like off grade material. It is commodity in nature, but in their selected grade. But these are much cheaper than functional material. So you'll find how to make a blend and optimize so that you get a perfect finished packaging material. So this will be teaching you, at least I'll take those classes on this. Now so you'll find the advanced technique, by injection process or multi-layer blown with the smaller container to large bulk container. This will do together with theoretical as well as industry expert and all this. So you'll get best in class, world class technology that produce international standard packaging material, and these are ready for export. Now, interestingly, what is happening nowadays that Atmanirbhar Bharat or Make in India, it is not only for Indian consumption, but because of our BIS standard and regulatory compliance, which we follow international standard like ISO or ASTM. So this material can be exported very easily because it conforms to international standard. So basic product like a food product, ethnic food, pharmaceutical, cosmetic, FMCG product, make in India, but sell it globally. So the packaging play a vital role. Once you have a packaging which is global standard and the basic material, the product, so it goes together. So it is a very unique combination. So you'd like to focus on that. And we'll be giving some of the example also where you'll find some of the Indian company, quite a few in fact, and they are global number one. They have a multiple plant globally. So this is very much possible now. So you'll find advanced practices of manufacturing oven fabric, non-oven fabric, and the PP kit and mask and all this. So this is a different set of industry. These are new generation. These things are there, and which material work on what environments, that you will have to, for outdoor application, for indoor application. Those will be teaching you. Now we will bring you that advanced pouch making techniques with the best in class worldwide. And interestingly, being a virtual, we could invite lot of industry expert. They are pioneer in those particular segment of industry. So they have kindly agreed to support us. That means we'll be doing co-hosting those programs and all this, and we'll also bring the video possibly because they are the machine manufacturers. Some of the people, they will be coming from the industry, and when we say that we are NGO and we want to use a knowledge platform, want to share the knowledge, and they have kindly accepted. So this module 3 will be very interesting for you. Now, one thing I must tell you, people may think that I have not done module 1 or module 2. So, then what is the use in joining in module 3? I can tell you, module 3 will be touching those things, but, like some of the material what we have already taught. So that is there. That always you can get from Google, or you can ask us, but not necessary that this module 3, it will be starting where we finish in module 1 or module 2. This will be independent. So please join that. Don't keep any hesitation and ask a lot of questions. And we promise you that we'll answer all your questions and all this there. So, this is like a system, once you know chapter 1, then chapter 2, chapter 3 and all this. But some of the things may not be related linearly. You may have some question that will clarify. So please join module 3 irrespective of whether you have joined module 1 and module 2. This is why. Some of the technology will be talking that, some of the barrier material which I'm talking about in plastic only. I'm not talking about metal, glass, all this. In plastic, the polyester coated with metallization, CBD and all this. So new technology will teach you, how the new generation barrier material is being made with the CVD, chemical vapor deposition technology. So that is there on polyethylene, biaxially oriented polyethylene film. And also polypropylene, you will find these technologies which give super moisture and oxygen barrier. So we'll be talking about that. Then yeah. So, basically I am talking about, we'll be learning theoretical part, new technique, new machinery, new material, theoretically, as well as you'll be learning how industries, they are already adopted those new material and technology and producing it. So you'll get a balance of both actual production and what can be done, and also these produce, that means packaging material. These are of international standard, and this can be used locally for export, as well as packaging material itself can be exported. So these are some of the good things that we'll be teaching in module 3. I think that's all. I would like to have more questions than giving a lecture one way. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Mr. Banerjee, there is whether soft copies of speaker presentations will be given. So if you could also clarify that.
Say we already published books. So our lecture notes are in the form of books. So we have not, say like how we are talking, say like PPTs are presentation in bullet points. So we have not asked, so we don't have those scripts, and that lies with the who is the presenter. But as you have already recorded, so they can get the recorded thing from the website and all that, not our, that is your. And of course, we have some reference books, which is the lecture note and all this. Anybody want to get those, they can write to us, and then we would, but those are not free. Actually, we need some nominal fees for that. So, but it can be done. We'll have to print more copies, but it is available.
And on top of it, I would also want to mention here that every registered participant will get a login and a password on our website, mtechedu.org, and they can access the login and they can actually go through the recording if they want to go through the entire recording once more, or if by chance if you have missed a class because of your preoccupation, you can always go back to the website, our website, log in with your login ID and go through the recording. That is possible. So that is the
Yes.
soft copy which we normally provide. So that flexibility is there. And our people from APMA's MTech will be always there to help you out. If you have any issues, you want certain information, whether more information, some of the questions which have not been responded to, or the faculty were not able to because of the paucity of time, that will also be, we'll also try to get all the answers, all the clarifications, and come back to you specifically. So it is basically we are going to give you one-to-one attention and make sure that at the end of the program, whatever objective, whatever we have envisaged will be delivered. Kishore bhai, you want to say something? Okay. So if there are any other questions, one of the questions which we had, Mr. Banerjee and Mr. Ghosh, is suppose someone has not attended module 1 and module 2, okay, and they want to attend module 3. So is this a completely independent module, or is it somewhere connected? So, I mean, just explain all the dynamics, please.
Yeah, as I said, that module 2 is independent. However, you need a little bit basic knowledge of plastic. What is thermoplastic? What is the processing blown and all which you have covered. But believe you, in module 3 also will be covering partly of those, like 20% will be covering, taking from module 1, module 2, but 80% will be advanced technology. Like, co-extrusion, how it is different than mono-extrusion, which is old, 60s and 70s. In 2020, we talk about co-extrusion, multi-layers and all this. So definitely we'll be covering module 1 and 2, but more emphasis will be on the advancement part, which is the trend, globally. How we are at par with the world class. Definitely, yeah.
Okay. So I don't think there are any other questions.
So
Deepak, sir, there are two questions.
it will not be a problem because
Okay, yeah, we have.
I have talked to some of the expert faculty member also. They said on a particular area they will touch on material little bit.
Okay.
So but for your extensive money, we can also think about it how they can access module 1 and module 2 material right up if they want to later on, or as a beneficiary from this module 3. But during the lecture, we'll give that fundamental basic background also a little bit.
Yeah. So there is a question from Mr. Prabhu Palanichami. is there a possibility of discussing the extent of use of biopolymers in flexible packaging?
See, biopolymer, Professor Ghosh, I think you'd like to answer. In module 2, we have extensively covered. So would you like to say something?
No, as you rightly said that it is already covered, okay. But we will look into it, how we can because then we have to have maybe one extra lecture on that, or one lecture has to be modified to include. I see that people have advantage, as I was discussing with you also, okay. So we will include that.
Okay, so you can include a lecture on use of biopolymers and flexible packaging.
Yeah, it is inherently there, but we can bring it because that has been covered both in module 1 and module 2 already. But we can make a summary lecture out of it that I will look into it. Definitely, that will be helpful.
Okay.
See, Balani, just 1 minute. Like when you are talking about biopolymer, these are more on shorter shelf life, so that it is compostable, biodegradable, goes into the biomass. What we will be talking about this particular thing is more recyclable, longer shelf life, this module 3. But having said that, as Professor Ghosh says, we will be covering this part also when we talk about the molding, blow molding, injection molding, because machine can do, process can do both biopolymer as well as the advanced polymer with longer shelf life. So we'll be covering that. It's good that we are noting down this. We'll cover this also.
Can I just come in? Can I come in?
Yeah. Please.
My dear friends, I had also participated in module 2 and I've gone through the whole structure. And as a president, I can just tell you that this event is of an association, basically, and tailor-made so that our members can get benefit. And Professor Ghosh, Mr. Banerjee, they are champions in the area with full context and capabilities. And the best part is they are one of us and here to help us.
Yes.
So whatever the points wherein you want to go in a bit more details or you want to understand better, definitely they will always be available to help us. And in case if you want anything specific also, as even I had one or point specific detail on topic, one-to-one also personally, they can talk to us 5, 10, 15 minutes and address us. Maybe they cannot speak on all these subjects for half an hour, 1 hour, but one-to-one, if 10, 15 minutes you want to understand, they are our representatives, they are champions and they are here to guide us and they are always available to us. That is the best part of it. So we are always there to help you. And in case if there is any query still you want to discuss, you can just drop your number in the chat box one-to-one also. Mr. Balaniji, Mr. Banerjee will speak to you and try to clarify what are clarifications you want. And we will see that everybody gets the advantage of this event of the EPMA. And there are some nominal charges. Basically, what there's one question, is it paid? Yes, it is a paid program, but there is some early bird discount which I had seen, Balaniji.
Yes.
So kindly enroll fast and take advantage. And we are there to help you. And Dr. Ghosh, Mr. Banerjee, they are all with us. And whatever support or little push you want, we are always there to help you. And we are with you. All yours, Balaniji.
Thank you, sir. And there is also a question that is there a schedule that will be available for the module? Yes, we will be providing the entire timetable with what are the topics to be covered on what day, who is going to be the faculty member. Yeah, so Professor Ghosh, you can basically even highlight this, how we basically organize this program.
Yeah. I think schedule is ready and we will provide that. So we are doing the class. We are starting this training program. We are starting from 24th of February, and generally we are keeping Thursdays and Friday evening for that, afternoon evening for that, from 3 to 6 with the 2 lecture per day, as I said in my presentation. And so it will be like 4 weeks. We go by day 1, day 2 in first week, and day 3, day 4, and the lectures will be numbered in that way. And all the speakers' name and all that will be available on level. It has already been done with the faculty names.
Yeah, and as President was mentioning, there is a small fee, but yes, there are some early bird discounts. So our team will be in touch with you as there are limited seats available and we want to finalize our complete batch as soon as possible. So our people will contact you and I would request you to register for the program at the earliest. Yeah, I think if it is okay, we can go ahead and conclude this program. Professor Ghosh,
Yeah.
So if even if there are certain questions which people have not been able to ask, our people will contact them and try to clarify everything and get the registrations. Yeah. So thank you. Moving ahead, we have one of our most senior member, Shri Ajay Desai. He is the past president of IPMA, also a very senior member of managing committee of IPMA. He has done various programs. He was chairman of various large events, including Plastivision and Plasti World 2021. A Bachelor of Engineering in Mechanical, he completed in 1978. He's in trade of manufacturing of plastic injection molded goods for material handling systems and electrical lighting fittings, representing Atlanta Polyplast and Plastocraft. So I would request our very senior member, Shri Ajay Bhai Desai, to propose vote of thanks.
As all good things must come to an end, here too we must end this webinar so we can meet again for greater learnings. This was a curtain raiser learning at the workshop on plastics in packaging, advanced technologies in flexible and rigid packaging from 24th February to 25th March on all Thursday and Friday between 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. It gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks for this event to all the dignitaries present here. I would like to thank our distinguished speaker, respected Dr. Professor Anup Ghosh, Professor, Polymer Science and Engineering, IIT Delhi, for sharing his knowledge about upgrade by the way of training covering advanced plastic materials, process and machinery, and Mr. Mrinal Banerjee, Director, Innovation, Sustainability and Finance, FIPS, for their insights into what we will learn from the upcoming workshop, how the participants will be benefited with the Module 3. I thank our President, Mr. Kishore Sampat, for his moral support and guidance, and our Chairman, Mr. Arvind Mehta, for his leadership and vision. Last but not the least, I would like to thank our wonderful attendees who have turned up in such good numbers. Thank you so much for your cooperation. Have a pleasant evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Ajay,
very
for
much.
proposing vote of thanks.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ghosh. Thank you very much, Mr. Banerjee. It was nice engaging with you. Thanks a lot. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you so much.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. I'm in Calcutta.
Thank you, Ajay Bhai. Thank you, Kishore.
Right,
Thank you, sir.
sir.
Thank you, everyone.
Professor Ghosh,
Thank you.
it was great seeing you and hearing you.
Thank you.
Yes, I wanted to give a little